The sidewalk is a blur of motion. People surge past, shoulders brushing, voices overlapping into a single, dissonant roar of city life. You stand in the exact center of it, anchored to the pavement, yet you feel entirely unmoored. Every face that passes is a ghost. Every sound, the screech of tires, the distant sirens, the rhythmic thrum of footsteps lands against you like water on glass. It slides off without leaving a trace. You look at your own hands, then back at the shifting crowd. You are present, physically accounted for, but there is a strange, hollow quiet vibrating behind your ribs. It is not that the world has stopped, it is that the connection to it has gone dormant. You try to catch the eye of a stranger, searching for a spark of recognition, but they rush by, caught in their own momentum. You take a breath, but the air feels thin, filtered through a barrier you cannot name. This is the new baseline. You are still moving, still breathing, but the familiar pulse of life has slowed to a whisper. And for the first time, you realize you have no idea how long you have been living in this silence. You sit on the couch as the screen flickers. A character on screen is screaming, tears streaming down, a score building to a desperate, heart-wrenching crescendo. It is designed to shatter you. You watch, crunching a chip, the salt sharp on your tongue, but the sound of the film is just noise. You wait for the familiar tightening in your chest or the sting in your eyes, but there is only a flat, steady pulse. You try to lean into the scene, to force the empathy that used to come naturally, but the connection remains severed. It is as if your brain has installed a master volume slider and pulled it all the way down. This is not just the avoidance of pain. The joy, the awe, the tenderness, they are all filtered out, muted by the same invisible hand. You reach for another chip, the rhythmic crunching filling the silence where a reaction should be. You watch the credits roll, feeling nothing but the realization that the world is moving in full color while you are trapped in a grayscale broadcast. You are not choosing to be cold. You are simply running on a system that has decided it is no longer safe to feel. Your friend sits across from you, shoulders shaking, tears tracking paths through the dust of the day. You reach out, your hand resting firmly on their arm. You nod. You offer the right words, the soft reassurances that carry the weight of experience. You hold the space, you stay present, you provide the anchor they need. It is a seamless performance, but inside, there is no corresponding echo. You look at their pain and recognize the shape of it, yet you cannot touch it. You are a mirror that reflects everything but contains nothing. When they finally look up, raw and exposed, and ask if you have ever felt this lost, the script in your mind goes blank. You search for a word, a feeling, a memory of your own descent, but there is only a vast, quiet static. You offer a practiced, gentle smile. "I am fine," you say. The words are automatic, a reflex to protect the silence. They believe you because the performance is perfect. You pull back your hand, leaving them with the comfort they came for, while you retreat further into the invisible gap between what you project and what you are actually experiencing. The morning alarm cuts through the silence, but you feel as though you never left the night. You lie still, staring at the ceiling, waiting for the familiar spark of purpose that used to pull you from the sheets. It does not come. Your limbs feel heavy, anchored by a fatigue that sleep cannot touch. You have spent 8 hours in bed, yet you wake up feeling as though you have been running a marathon in your dreams. There is no clear reason for this wait, no lingering heartbreak, no acute stress, just a low battery that refuses to charge. You rub your eyes, the skin feeling thin and tight, and drag yourself upright. Every movement carries an extra layer of resistance. You perform the morning rituals, the coffee, the shower, the dressing, but they feel like mechanical tasks performed by a body that is merely keeping time. The exhaustion is not laziness. It is the physiological cost of keeping the internal world contained. Your brain is working overtime, holding back the waves of feeling you have spent years filtering. It is a silent, invisible labor that burns through your reserves before the day even begins. You stand in the center of the room, looking for a reason to move, and find only the heavy, persistent hum of a system running on empty. The room glows with the soft light of tiny flames. Everyone is leaning in, faces bright with anticipation, eyes fixed on the cake in front of you. A song is being sung, a chorus of voices rising in a rhythmic, happy cadence. You are the center of this moment. You watch the candles, their small, hungry tongues of fire dancing in the still air. You take a breath, lean forward, and blow. The smoke curls upward in a thin, gray ribbon. The applause breaks out, immediate and warm, but the sound feels muffled, as if filtered through thick glass. You smile, a practiced movement of the muscles, but nothing shifts behind your eyes. There is no spike of excitement, no rush of gratitude, no warmth to match the occasion. It is simply another task completed, another social requirement met. You watch the faces around you, trying to find the connection you know should be there, but you are standing on the outside of a locked door. The realization settles in, colder than the room. You have prioritized safety above all else. You have managed to avoid the sharp edges of pain, but you have accidentally discarded the capacity to feel alive. You are secure, you are functioning, and you are entirely, devastatingly hollow. You begin to notice a strange displacement. You are no longer the lead actor in your own life. You are the narrator, watching from a slight distance. You type at the desk, but the hands moving across the keys feel like they belong to someone else. You sit in meetings, nodding at the right intervals, while your mind drifts like smoke through an open window. Ton ideas stopped feeling like a sequence of events and has turned into a blur of gray light. Weekends melt into Mondays, and the days lose their edges. If someone asked you what you felt last Tuesday, you would find yourself staring at a blank page. The calendar flips, the sunlight shifts across the floor, and you are merely a witness to the passage of your own existence. This is the danger. The distance is becoming the default. You watch yourself perform the routines, waiting for a cue to step back into the driver's seat, but the cue never comes. The clock on the wall ticks with a sharp, insistent rhythm, reminding you that the window is closing. You are standing at the threshold of a life that is happening without you, and for the first time, the speed of it feels like a warning. The door clicks shut, and for the first time all day, the background noise of the world vanishes. You stand in the center of the room, expecting relief, but the silence hits you with the weight of an physical object. It is thick, heavy, and impossible to ignore. A low hum of anxiety begins to pulse in your chest, a rhythmic warning that something is trying to surface. You hold your breath, listening to the sound of your own heart, but the sound feels like an intrusion. You need to fill the void. Your hand moves before your mind gives the command, darting into your pocket to retrieve the phone. The screen flickers to life, casting a harsh, artificial glow against your skin. You swipe, you scroll, you hunt for anything: a podcast, a notification, a stream of images that can drown out the stillness. Your thumb moves with frantic, repetitive precision. You are not looking for information, you are looking for a shield. Every second the room remains quiet. The pressure behind your ribs grows tighter, sharper. You keep scrolling, eyes darting across the glass, desperately pouring digital noise into the silence until the rising discomfort finally begins to recede. You are safe again, trapped behind the screen, and the truth remains buried for another hour. You set the phone down and the room goes quiet again. Your eyes drift to the wall calendar. It is a grid of empty boxes. You scan the weeks ahead, no trips, no projects, no markers of anticipation. You try to remember the last time you felt a genuine spark, the kind of excitement that made you want to call someone just to share the news. You search your memory, but the archives are dusty. There is no joy, no impatience, no thrill, just a flat, steady line. You look at your own reflection in the glass of the calendar frame. The person looking back is composed, functional, and entirely hollow. It hits you then with the force of a physical blow. This is not a temporary state. You have built a fortress out of this numbness, a high, windowless wall designed to keep the pain out, but it has locked everything else away too. You are not just protected, you are contained. The silence in the room no longer feels like an enemy to be drowned out by the phone. It feels like a mirror. You realize the filter you installed to survive has become the very thing preventing you from living. The realization is sharp, cold, and undeniable. The phone sits on the desk, its black screen a silent invitation to escape. You reach for it, fingers hovering inches above the glass, and then you stop. The habit is a reflex, a twitch. But for the first time, you pull your hand back. You leave the device untouched. The silence in the room returns, but you do not reach to fill it. You sit down in the chair, feeling the wood press against your back, the fabric of the seat beneath your weight. You close your eyes. The air in the room is cool, and you focus entirely on the sensation of your chest rising and falling. It is slow, it is deliberate. You are not waiting for a notification or a distraction. You are waiting for yourself. The pressure in your chest begins to shift, moving from a tight knot into something fluid. A faint, unfamiliar ache stirs in your throat, not of sadness, but of presence. You breathe in again, longer this time, pulling the stillness into your lungs. You are not fixing anything. You are not analyzing the past. You are simply sitting here, in the quiet. And for the first time in years, you are not running away from what is happening inside. The stillness no longer feels like a void. As you open your eyes, the light hitting the wall seems different, warmer. You stand up and walk to the window. The world outside, once a flat, monochrome blur, begins to sharpen. The green of the leaves holds depth again. The sky is not just light, but a canvas of shifting clouds. You look at your hands. Then back at the glass. The distance you felt that strange, detached observation has evaporated. It was not a permanent state, only a temporary defensive measure that had overstayed its welcome. You turn away from the window, moving with a new, intentional rhythm. You look directly into the lens, and the tension that once held your features in a mask of composure breaks. A smile reaches your eyes, not because you have solved every problem, but because you are finally present for them. Your emotions are not lost, they are simply waiting to be invited back. The brightness has returned, and for the first time, you are ready to see it all. You are not just observing your life anymore, you are living it, one heartbeat at a time.